Well, hello. I'm Mikey with JMK Custom Works. Tony is out this game. Boy's on the bench. He's not feeling well. So I gave him a night off. Figured it's the least I could do for him helping me so much. Hello, Mother. How are you? Love you. Good evening. Appreciate you guys tuning in 6:30 a.m. That was an error, obviously. I was just getting out of bed at that point. So that didn't happen, but we're here now. I appreciate you guys watching, all 15 of you. That's dope. Yeah, here we are. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. We're going to continue, or probably finish, honestly, the work on Jacob's Astrosuit Mk. I did accidentally do a little bit of work this weekend, but few things are as interesting as me painting something with a clear coat and then watching said thing dry. So I kind of saved you a little bit there. I did a little bit of highlighting, and I'll show you what's going on there. So do that. So yeah, so kit's been cleared. I did accidentally, like I said, I did a little assembly. I put the legs together, and this was, a little bit of glue in the sole of the shoe, the boot, and then just a little bit on the rim. Clamp it over. It has a nice snap, closes that up. And then I did arrange Jacob's drop downs the way he wanted. He wanted battery packs on one side and holster on the other. So we did go ahead and do that. Additionally, we glued in his belt, just the pieces on it, and then set it on here. So it's not glued. Misspoke. I did indeed. Seems like I always do that because it's sitting on my desk, and I'm working on other stuff, and then I'm watching TV or something, and I'll pick it up and I'll start messing with it, and then before I know it, I've done something I wanted to let you guys see me do. But like I said, clear coating and assembly, I don't feel too bad. Menyoza, what's up, sir? Akanita Silva, what ups? Ya gooses. Oh, what up, you gooses? Oh, okay. Just this one goose, one silly goose. So we're at 50% capacity on the silly gooses, but we'll have a good time. I think so. Cliff, good to see you, sir. Smudge, hello. How are you? Joe Fan 84. Everyone, I'm at work, so I can't stay. I'll catch y'all later. Have a great one. Joe Fan, have a good evening. Hope works quick and painless. That's how I like it. Charles, what's up, sir? Good to see you. Good to see you. Try to stay caught up on those as I can. So I went through, did all the paint. I did some accent colors, like the nozzles on the propulsion on the jet boosters. I just painted them bronze. I just give it just a little offset. I haven't done any of the weathering, so I think once we get assembly done, we can actually work on the weathering, and that way wear patterns will, go across like the suit of armor like it would in real life. So we got that. We did the battery designation on the rifle. So green, yellow, red, and then we did some color on the inside to kind of show that element. We did battery indicators on the bottom of the battery, so green, yellow, red. On the pistols, we did the same thing. You can see that on both sides, so it kind of scales. So that's pretty cool. What else we did? Here's the heads. Pretty all right. The alien head gives me very strong Star Wars vibes. Looks like Grand Admiral Thrawn. And there's your regular one. So I painted him blue so that in the helmet, if you do choose to do this, the top of the hat, the top of the mask, kind of looks like the same color as the hair. Oh, say, hey buddies, thank you for using your member chat. Appreciate that. Oh, and Mom followed suit. Woohoo, looking good. Thanks, Mom, and thanks, Stacy. I appreciate y'all. What else? What else did I do? On the original, you can see this on the screen here. That's the Fisher-Price figure that this is kind of an homage to. There's not a lot of good, I mean, there's panels, but not a lot of good raised pieces to paint blue, so I just didn't do very much. I did the two small pieces, and then you can see the red right there at the base of the helmet. And then I did fill in some green on the back. And there's the backpack, little blue on that. And then you can kind of see on the original, he has a symbol on his arm. And when Dad sculpted these, he did include circles. So I just did the wet paint into the crevice, and then did the red on the raised portion. So he still has the kind of the colors from the decal on the shoulder, but without having to do decals. And then gauntlets. So gauntlets are silver. Again, I did the bronze on the nozzles, and then I just dropped a little bit of the kind of greenish blue teal color in there just to give it a little color. That's pretty much it. So Jacob will end up having some extra pieces because of the way we've situated or selected the pouches and magazines. So he'll use all four of the batteries, 2 on his leg, 1 on his back, and 1 in the rifle. 1 holster, so he'll have an extra holster and pistol, and then he'll have 2 of the large pouches and 2 of the medium pouches. All of the small ones, because of how we selected it, all 4 of the small ones got used on his belt. I got a real symmetry deal, so you have to have a small one if you want the battery in the small of his back, so that it can come out. But you could arrange this any way you wanted. But that's the way I did it for Jacob. I hope he's all right with that. Cliff, Mikey, have you ever used air drying clay for a project before? Not on GI Joes or toys or anything. I've not used any air drying clay. I've used Milliput, which is a 2-part epoxy that you smush down, kind of like green stuff, but it's a lot messier. And working with it is kind of like working with clay, because you got to keep it wet. It leaves a lot of residue. So it's kind of like air drying clay, but not. James Lucas, hello sir, appreciate you being here. Mikey and Franz, he is Mom, but Jacob will always catch the replay. He's cool like that. So no sweat there, Jacob. Appreciate you. And then, of course, his helmet, which I think I showed last week, looks really good. I sanded it with 1500 and then 2000, and then lacquer clear coat. So this right here. This is a lot cheaper than the stuff that Dad was using. but that really wasn't why I did it. I had this on hand from doing model cars and stuff. So I thought I'll give it a try. And if I fuck it up, I'll get a new helmet and I'll, undo it or do another one. So this works really well, especially if you want to go the kind of easier way. So like I said, sanding it with the 1500 and 2000. And if you watched the Couple of Kooks episode 2 weeks ago, you saw Dad kind of said to cut them finger shaped. That way you can just kind of sit here and just rub the helmet around the sandpaper, make it really easy on yourself. But it comes in these little foam pads. There's a 2000. There's the 15. The next one I do, I'll probably start with like 600 or 800, and you could do that and then go up to the 2000. Just so it's really, really, really smooth, and it gets a little deeper into the helmet, to the glass. But this stuff I've had on hand, I don't even know how much it is anymore. But acrylic lacquer, so it'll harden really nice. And it does have a nice clear, smooth. I mean, it feels like a molded plastic piece. It's pretty awesome. And then Jacob wanted something a little special. He wanted a damaged bubble, like it would be like an attack, like an alien attack had busted the helmet. So I got a messed up helmet from my dad, and then I just held the torch to it and busted out a little bit, and so he'll have like a zombie version. So if you're going to have a zombie version, well, you got to have a zombie version. So this is the extra head that comes with the mole rat. I just painted it up. So use the same blue as I did for the hood. Did kind of a greenish teal wash on his gray skin, so it looks like dead tissue. Black eye, painted the purple, kind of a blood red wash, which was Flesh Terrors red, very apropos. And then I used some fluorescent green kind of in there, like it would be like a slime or something like that. Let me see here. It just doesn't like that. Well, maybe you can see it. It's not great. But anyway, so it's got that. Did some blood kind of and slime around his teeth, and then did dark wash, and then painted the face and all the abscesses and stuff with a gloss. So there's kind of a zombie head. So since I did that, I had to change the neck neck setup. So for our kit, you can use the Destro neck, paint it if you want. But for his, since I'm doing this other head, I did a different neck situation. So just a little different. Mr. Hobby, yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Yeah, yep, that's good. Good observation there. Yep. Oh, stew for lunch. Good evening, afternoon, morning, and happy holidays, covering my bases. Smart. Hello to the fine people of the chat room. Well, there you go. That's nice. Not into zombies, but that's cool as heck. I'm not much of a zombie guy either, but they are fun to paint because you can make them really gross. Lots of washes. It's kind of fun. Thank you. Jimmy Purvis, if you need more of those mole rat zombie heads, let me know. I can send you 4. Okay, I think I've got about 4. And I had no use for him. I love the mole rat, but the zombie stuff doesn't do it for me. But I will keep that in mind. Should anyone else dig those? I do like the mole rats. I mean, it's kind of the closest thing we have to an astronaut figure from Classified right now. So, you know, take it where we can get it. Yeah, so we've got to do the running of the hoses. This is where I was when I realized I was doing too much. So I ran them on the bicep cuff. I will next put that on the arm and then feed these into the back. And then last, when we slide the gauntlet up, put these in the gauntlet. And we'll just see how that process works. And then we'll glue them into place. Cops are finally coming out. They are indeed. I had heard from a somewhat inside source back in June that they were just pushing it back, and it seemed more like a factory issue, and the political stuff kind of happened at the same time. So I knew they would be coming. I do want some of those. The firefighters, man, if I did photography, I would love those. But I basically I got a buck from Joe Bits because, again, you know, that'll make a good astronaut. You know, take the belt off, and that'll do. Even the head, the neck, and the gloves. So I did pick one up. That snow job buck is very nice, especially for being such a bulky figure. Usually kind of a corner cut situation there. What's up, Robert? How are you, sir? Good to see you. GI Jetman, how you doing, sir? Good to see you. Appreciate you guys being here. So I'm going to get the old heat gun out and put some legs on this son of a gun. Hopefully this isn't too loud. Let me know in the chat if it is. Been trying to decide what the next project's going to be, and I'm not totally sure. But some time ago, Keith Bradshaw had hit me up about doing a Marion Cobretti, and this was over a year ago. And I was like, well, you know, I'll keep my eyes open, and as I see pieces and parts, I will begin, you know, getting the build together. Well, not long after that, I found the head, and then was trying to figure out what I was going to do about the torso, because it kind of has a, I don't know what they're called. They're kind of like it's not a crew neck, but it's like the long sleeve shirts that just have like 3 buttons. And he has one of those, and his sleeves are usually pushed up. And then Valaverse came out with the Sidewinder, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, I was like, well, there's the shirt. So then that just kind of left me to find the legs, and the legs I ended up using. Ended up finding that the MCU Logan figure has the jeans and the cowboy boots. If you get the one that has the tank top or the wife beater, guinea tee, whatever you want to call it, he had one of those. So I just figured out how to take both apart and put the legs onto that torso, which wasn't like a super easy thing, but it's not a highly advanced thing either. So then I had the body, and then I had to find his you know, his guns. Of course, one of them is just a 45. You just got to paint the Cobra on the grips of his 1911. But the other one is that J-Matic submachine gun. Well, that took some finding, but I had bought one that was ended up being kind of small, so I had my dad scale it up. So there's the Marion Cobretti, there's the Jada-Matic. This other one you can see it's just kind of a, I don't know, odd scale. It's like it's scaled for a 5-inch figure, but I don't know what that would be. Anyway, so he's got 1911, got the Jada-Matic. He's got a shoulder, holster. It'll look good enough. So I have to paint that figure. That could be what I do. And then he did have, oh, there it is. I'm going to say I even made a tiny toothpick for him, but keeps falling out of his mouth. So I think I'll have to drill a little deeper so it sets in a little more permanently. Not a big deal. So I might do him. The other thing I was thinking was doing, I've got some planned builds of call sign longbow, but with classified figures. Similar to what Tony's Figs has been doing with the Delta 17. I've wanted to do that with the call sign longbow stuff for a long time, because personally I would love to see it in that scale. And maybe if you make it, they will come. Right? We'll see. I don't know if that's going to work for me or not, but I won't know if I don't try. So I got 4 of those made. Like I said, nothing crazy. I do have a lot on pre-order right now, which I want to come up with ideas to use that stuff for. Oh man, Son of a Crown Slayer, yeah, for sure, dude. That old Mercury would be super cool. I don't know if there's enough versatility to convince Ace to do it, but man, that'd be a hell of a thing for Ramen to do. A whole lead sled would be. Now, I gotta tell you, I think I'd have to have one of those. I mean, that's hot rod history, And as a car guy, I like my hot rods. And all I'm doing, so I can't remember. I think he's saying he's cutting these into quarters or half. I can't remember now. Yeah, I think that might have done too much. Take these out of there. Whoop. I will say, be very careful with the leg straps. You want to definitely warm those up. Get those warm. Don't melt them. Don't let it, don't let the heat gun sit on it, forever. But heat it up, because getting over that thigh, it pushes its limits, and you just want to be careful. So get them warm, because if it'll break. Now, not a big deal, if it breaks, you just use a little bit of the super stuff, and The blue. Oh my goodness. Pablito. How are you, sir? Thank you so much, Tim. $9.99 super chat. I appreciate you. I was just talking about Sidewinder too. How about that? Pablito, gracias. Mucho gracias. For you, well, I'm gonna give you
a brave and a decent man. He's a pioneer.
Pioneer.
Big-ass titties.
I swear by my pretty floor bonnet, I will.
Thank you.
Ooh, what a lovely tea party.
Oh, yes, of course. I thought you meant him.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Apparently now creators are getting burned up with the YouTubes. Jeez. I don't know why they're making it so damn hard. It's not like it's a cakewalk to begin with, but that being said, appreciate each and every one of you. Appreciate what you do for me and the channel, and Zakanan too. I guess help him too. I'm cool with that. See, I did. If you guys are follow Chad, but he shared a little video from Clownfish that I watched. Educational purposes about them not promoting content like they used to, likely because they can't make a bunch of money on other people's content, and they would rather promote content that they can. So it's unfortunate, but as with anything else, endeavor to persevere, right? Okay. Just gonna feed that in. Maybe that much. Okay. Next one. All right, so that is that half. Now I know moving the arms forward will kind of put the arms in the most extended position, so that you'll have the hose stretched out as far as it will be. That way, if you want to do the two guns akimbo style, you're not pulling on that cord from the back. Some people don't mind getting pulled from the back. I find it can be uncomfortable if they don't know what they're doing. So, you guys will have to you'll have to figure that out yourself. But good thing is you don't have to wait for Thursday night, 9 p.m. Central after Mega Powers to do it. Oh, and as I say that, some wasteland derpy fuck came in. What's up, brother? How are you, Zakanan? Good to see you. Well, I know you're there. I can't see you, but I know you're there. And that's good. That's good for me. There he is. I heard the rumble. It was like when you're a kid and your dad hits the driveway and you know he's home. It was one of those. What up, Mk? Oh, Mikey, sorry. What up, Tony Figs? Just talking about your ass. Heart you too, buddy. I think that's the way the kids do it. Okay. And then the ports go on the bottom for that. And those pop on pretty damn easy. You really don't need to heat those up. Of course, you know, a lot of people, you know, go by the better safe than sorry. You know, it is what it is. Now, the one thing I'm seeing, you may want to glue the bicep piece down because I see it falls quite a bit. And I think I went overboard on this. So let's see. Something came out again. So again, I'm going to bend the arm so that I get the most distance from these, and then cut them just okay. I think you really only need one of those coils. I think I probably went a little crazy. Okay. All right. Okay. There it is. All right. That was pretty awesome. I'm digging that. That looks cool as hell. All right. Crispin, I am fine solo. Tony was not feeling well, was dealing with a migraine. And I tell you, being in front of lights and cameras, it's not good for migraines. We do have a wonderful smelting pot. Salad of silliness. Kind of dig that. I do. I like it. By the way, RC Cola Zero is a thing. I didn't know RC did a zero. That's interesting, but disappointing. That's unfortunate. Yep, migraines suck. Migraines suck. Yeah, they do. They do. It's a raw deal. Well, look at this guy. What's up, sir? Oh. How's this? It's a Canon. Does that sound better? Let me know. Let me know. I checked it. Jacob. Yeah, buddy. We're doing some finale assembly. I'm kind of thinking maybe I should glue this piece down so it sits right. Jacob, let me know if you want me to glue that and the armbands down. They move a little bit, so let me know, buddy. Got it. Sweet. Thanks, guys. Good. Good. Yeah. Okay. Damn schmutz. Okay. So here's the helmet collar, but he's given me permission to go ahead and lock it down, so I am going to do that. And tell you what, I'm just gonna bend the arms up like that. There it is. Do a good dab there. And along the top of that ridge. And that should be the two contacts. Sorry, you didn't see that. I did one on the tab that'll rest in here. And then I did some on the back of the collar. Because those are the two spots where it makes contact. So just do that. Press it down a little bit. I did get a little bit on my hand here. Put that there. Okay. All right. A little super glue mishap. Wouldn't be customizing without that now, would it? Cool. All right, got it locked in. I'll do the armbands too. And what do you say? Question: what kind of glue do you recommend for this kit? This is good. This is what Dad recommended. This is good. It's a thick glue. It sets quick. It's very good, and it doesn't melt plastic. Some super glues will melt plastic. This does not. So that's what I used for gluing in any of the pouches, the holsters, the boots, the two pieces there. Glued those together, all with this glue here. Crispin just got back from Vegas. Very nice. Very nice. I've been there in 5 years or so. Stew, I don't do either. I don't do any soda or carbonation when I'm sick. I don't know why. It wasn't a part of the regiment when I was a kid. Yeah, it's expensive. Yeah, it is, dude. If you want to have just a couple of cocktails, you're still looking at $60. Unless vet tip here. If you're on the strip, if you go to the Casino Royale, you can get a pretty cheap beer if you want to have a Blue Moon is what I usually drink there. Upstairs is an Outback Steakhouse. For Vegas, fairly cheap eats, and they have like 3 cuts of steak that no other Outback does. Fun deal there. Now, if you sit at the bar and you play max bets on the little gambling machines in the bar, they'll feed you cocktails. It's a pretty good spot. I wouldn't want to spend a lot of time there, but I have been there. Cliff says ginger ale, Stu. So there you go. Gorilla Glue. Okay. Yep. That's good stuff. But you need the quick contact. That's what's nice about this. Is this starts setting up damn near immediately, which is nice. Crispin says if he's sick, just the butt plug is what he does. So other options, different strokes for different folks. 7-Up and a chicken bouillon cube in the 7-Up. That's diabolical. Sprite for an upset tummy. Starry if I'm with Mikey. Favorite Mexican. Yeah. They have the Starry at that spot. They're Pepsi up here, I guess, at that restaurant. Now Charles says smoke a fatty. So there's a couple of options here, Stu, for settling an upset tummy. You've got a lot of people do different things, which is stayed at the Cosmo. I'm not familiar with that one. We always stayed at the Harrah's because it was a work event and they were decent and cheap. Again, cheap for Vegas. But nice. You're connected right there by the Venetian. Pretty good access to outside. A couple of reasonable restaurants close by. There was an In-N-Out, a Chipotle. So if you didn't want to do expensive eats, there were some options. Pretty good spot really for business. Yeah, we were going to go there one year, and the line was outside, and you're like, to hell with it. And I think we ended up going to the Guy Fieri's taco place. It was like right across the street. Waited for about 45 minutes and then left. Like at our table, we had like a glass of water, and they didn't come to take our orders. And we waited for 45 minutes. We were like, let's just bounce. Too bad. Favorite steakhouse was the Golden Steer. Dude, I don't even remember. We ate at 2 restaurants that were super, super expensive. It was kind of the owner's son who was always there to the last day with us doing teardown for the convention. He wanted to treat us to something nice. So one year we went to, oh God, I think it was a steakhouse in the MGM, and it was ungodly expensive. I think it was like $80 a steak, and then the sides were separate. But then one of the last years we went, he took us to an uncomfortably expensive dinner, and me and my buddy Dallas were just like looking at the menu, and we're like, I'm gonna feel like a dirt bag just knowing that you're paying for this. We're talking like $180, $200 a steak, and I cannot remember what the heck that place was called, or I can't even remember what casino it was in, but it was a hell of a nice steakhouse. And I can tell you, it was a good steak. It wasn't $200. I had a ribeye. Not worth it, man. At some point, the money doesn't add up to me. Maybe I don't have the palate. Mom, are you saying black licorice for upset stomach? I didn't know that. It's a good way to get green poop. If you're looking for a little St. Patty's Day flair. Smoke a fatty is for a slump buster. Well, there you go, Stu. Zach's not on board with the black licorice. Yeah, that was established. I didn't know any of them had a balcony. That's wild. It's delicious. You're not going to sell him on that, Mom. No, I don't think I could have given him black licorice when he was here. See, there it is. The devil incarnate, which is usually something Zacchaeus all about. Excuse me. Yeah, that sounds old school. That sounds like over there by the Golden Nugget. We did go to the old strip, which was cool. The restaurant we ate at was positively disgusting. I feel we probably should have known that going in, because it was like a surf and turf deal, and it was like $10 or something. It was awful. But Cliff drinks boiled ginger root. Oh, okay, so he goes like legit. Cliff's for real with the ginger. He doesn't want ginger flavored corn syrup. Good for you, Cliff. Yeah, Zach. Ruth Chris, there was one we always walked by. We never ate there. There and DFW when we were in Fort Worth again for conventions. I never did eat at a Ruth Chris. It always smelled fantastic. 2 beers and 4 bottles of water, $80. Get all the way fucked, man. Fucking Vegas. And you know what? Another thing that sucks about Vegas, you get off the strip, and a lot of that city is a total shithole. I mean, shithole. It was like every year we ended up having to go to Target to get something because we didn't want to ship it down there or something. And Dallas and I always volunteered because it got us away, you know. Ugh, that town. Not a fan of it. What you got here? I agree that black licorice root is great for an upset stomach. Not always a pleasant experience tasting it. Yeah, mom and my whole family is a black licorice fans. Which any other time in my life, finding 2 in any one space is near impossible. But I apologize, I'm not really paying attention. My stomach is bothering me. Well, luckily, we got you covered. Whether or not you have any in stock, I don't know what your pantry looks like, but oh, Patrick Strouk, oh, good evening, sir. Appreciate you being here. I did see something that I skipped, and I did not do it intentionally. TNT Skate, yeah, RIP, man. Somebody lost a life today, and I don't really care what side of the political spectrum you're on. Anytime somebody gets deleted over beliefs or something they said, I find it fucking disgusting. I'll say that. Thanks, buddy. I'm glad you're liking it. That glue should be set up here in a second. I'll get back to work, bud. Sometimes I don't think I've ever experienced a sometimes person. That's not the case for me. Mine's a pressure. I don't know what Tony's could be something like that. He's gotten roughed up a little bit, you know. Oh yeah, it's sketchy. It's sketchy, yeah. Thankfully, nothing ever happened, but I was definitely in some spots where I was a little worried. Yeah. Gonzo, what up, brother? How are you, sir? Papa Gonzo, how's that baby doing, my man? All right, Stu. Jetman. Stu has the whole solution for you. So you get drunk, smoke a fatty, eat some black licorice, have a little 7-Up, Starry, ginger ale, and Sprite. I don't know if those are supposed to be separate or mixed together in some sort of lemon lime ginger ale cocktail. Get that going, and then get a butt plug and chicken bouillon cube. What you do with those 2 things, I don't know if there's a specific order or destination, but he says, Dr. Stu says you'll be right as rain. Just pop 2 of these and call me in the morning kind of deal. Vomited all over Vegas my first night there. Never been drunk in Vegas. Never done it. Atta boy. Making a custom now as well, Mike. Oh. Yeah, what you working on, Pally boy? Yeah, I'm digging the revisiting your customs. That's really cool, man. Cooter's Garage has a fucking point here, okay? I don't know about upset stomach, but drunk, fried pork chop and gravy, that will do it. Also, if you're in the southeast, Waffle House or what's the other one? Humble House? Can't remember. Anyway, yeah. Taking notes. Good. Gonzo, baby is doing great now. Spent a week in the hospital, but he's all squared away, back on track. Thank you for asking, sir. That is fantastic. I am super glad to hear he's doing well and home safe and sound where he belongs, brother. He's making a Night Force Outback. So you just got the Falcon from the Coral 2-pack and then just put an Outback head on him, or you gonna put the Outback on his... What you doing? Can't wait to see it. Oh, and updating Grand Slam. Excellent. Grease will sober you up. Dude, it'll do it. Staying more than 3 days is a bad idea in general. Oh God, dude, it will dry you out so bad. We were usually there for about 5. Ooh, dry. And then you get the plane ride back. Somebody always came back sick. Terrible. See? Black licorice note. Huddle House. Jimmy, my man. Yeah, I've always heard it's not as good as Waffle House. Waffle House, that's where you go for the greasy digs. Unless you can go to a legit diner, that will always win for me, personally. Either way, if I can go somewhere where the griddle has like 40 to 50 years of grease seasoned into it, that's what I want. Not just drunk though either, like anytime, really. You can't beat that. See 420, they know what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Oh man, dirty ashtray. Oh my god. All right. Let's do some work here. All right. So this is how he's looking so far. Go ahead and do the hands. Now again, you can see in the original, like he had a kind of a collar above his, like around his ankle, and then really just the collar or the cuff on his shirt. But we're gonna do silver hands as well. That way you don't have to worry about painting the Destro hands. Whoops. And there is an easy way to do this, just to heat gun. Use the tools, and the job is easier. Imagine that. All right. Just a couple seconds on the heat gun. There it goes. All right. Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I actually really like the silver hands. That's got a good look to it. And Destro's hands, they look like they're almost mechanical. So, that's good too. Okay. Huddle House is the Temu version. Mm-hmm. I don't have time for that shit. Give me Waffle House. Pork chop sandwiches. That's right. Mm-hmm. Do work here if you need me. I appreciate you, Tony. Good man. I know I'm late, but what are you all by yourself? I am tonight. Tony's got a migraine, so I gave him the night off. We all need a break from time to time. And Zakanin quit for the 3 POA moderating, so I don't have access to him on Wednesdays. It is what it is. Jacob, are you still here? Because if you are, you missed something at the beginning, and I need to show you. So got that. So we can put in. Oh man, it's really on there. These shoulder pads. All right, so just gonna move the hoses out of the way. Plug that in. Oh, that's looking good. Man, whoever made this kit, I tell you what, they knew their ass from a hole in the ground, I can guarantee it. Because that is some fucking fine engineering. Hell yeah. That is freaking rad. Okay, Jacob. As we discussed, damaged helmet. So this was a reject from Dad. He had one that fucked up on the print, so I busted it out, did a little heat on it, held the lighter in there, burned the edges, and then we gave you a zombie head. So it's the mole rat helmet. So you can pop on the damaged helmet with a zombie head, and yeah, get something completely different there. All right, so we got the pistol, and like I said, I did the battery indicator, green to red. It goes right there. Boom, baby. These are all the batteries. They are complete. Each one of those has the battery indicator lights on it. So get one in the back holster, two in the leg holster. Oh, that one fell out. I might end up having to put a piece of tape or something in there so they're not loose. I really thought the way the paint, adds material, really thought that would fix that up. There's the rifle, and it's nice and snug there. It's designed to fit on the Destro Buck. It would probably fit other things. I know the this much of it, the torso, the waist, the legs, all of that will fit if you use a barbecue, because it's a Destro body. He just has different arms. So if you use one of those, you wouldn't be able to use the gauntlets or the cuffs, but that figure's arm kind of has those pieces, so you could probably fudge it. So Destro or barbecue is the key here. What else? Yeah, it's in our autobiographies. I don't know how serious they are. I'm known for a silly goose, kind of silly skills, really. So there's that. I appreciate you guys. I see where this is going, and I like it. Hell yeah. Jacob, good. I'm glad you dig it, buddy. Like I said, I just asked Dad if he had a damaged one, and then I was going through my heads trying to see what I had that would work, and mole rat heads. Oh my goodness. Charles, my guy. Thank you so much. That's fantastic. I don't know who got those, but oh, look. Anyway, in the meantime, again, thank you so much, dude. That's amazing. So you get a quick thanks. That's really
Big ass titties! I swear by my pretty floor bonnet, I will.
Thank you.
Ooh, what a lovely tea party.
Oh, yes, of course. I thought you meant him.
I thought you meant him. I love that clip. Let's see. But, I like to add a little something special there for you. God, I haven't seen this. That's good. About a little Shorzy.
Fuck you, Riley. Your mom keeps trying to slip a finger in my bum, but I keep telling her I only let Jonesy's mom do that, you fucking loser.
My mom would never put me...
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Charles. That's incredible. I appreciate you so much, sir. Sorry, Zakanin, but that book's not making it to the coffee table. Probably going to end up on the back of the toilet, which is still better than the basket beside it. Well, that's true. I do some of my best readings on the can, so nowadays they come from a screen and not pages, but still. Stu worked 8 days in a row, so I'm loopy and feet are barking, but damn, feels good just to chill. Well, I'm glad you're chilling here, Stu. Appreciate you. Jimmy got one. Hell yeah, love that. That's awesome. Charles for the win. He's a real dude. I like him. Appreciate you, buddy. It's a gift that just keeps on giving, Clark. That head comes like that, Jacob. That's the spare head that comes with the mole rat. That is how that head looks. I just did a repaint on it. That's why I thought it was so perfect, because it had this grotesque protuberance on it. I did black eyes, did a wash on him, matched the hood to the other figure, put a bunch of blood on him. He's disgusting. It works, I think, pretty good. Pretty nice. I'll buy it. I'm a shill, don't you know? What do you buy? The book? You buy the book? Absolutely, sir. Happy to do it. Derek, recipient of one of them, and I appreciate you being here, sir. Thank you very much. YouTube is also doing some weird shenanigans lately. Still like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, watch that video that Chad posted, the clownfish one. First of all, I do not like that show. That lady is really irritating. But some interesting information. YouTube is not promoting or like advertising is not really the word. It's limiting the view of a lot of content creators, especially smaller guys, because we can't make them the money that the bigger ones can. So we're kind of getting stiffed on that stuff. So luckily, I do this every Wednesday night, and every Thursday night I'm either here or on Zakan's channel, and every other Sunday you can catch me here with my dad. So missing a video, not a big threat for me, but for a lot of guys, they're getting hit with it, and it sucks. It sucks, man. It sucks. Clownfish TV, Think Media have some vids on what's happening to the creator space. Yeah. If you guys have a channel, it's worth a watch just to educate yourself on what's going on. And if you see it happening, report it, because it's the only way there's ever going to be change is holding the companies accountable. So there is that. I do use a certain brand of paintbrushes because I usually get mine at dollar store or Walmart. After a while, I have to get new ones. I do use specific ones, but it's just because they're ones that I've grown accustomed to. I use a lot of these Army Painter brands, especially this one, the Insane Detail. More than this one, I use the Psycho. Yeah, you can see the tiny bristles on that. Those are both really good. I get a couple from Hobby Lobby that I like a great deal. This one is probably my favorite brush. The bristles are at an angle, so if I'm just using one brush, this is the brush, because I can get about a 1/4 inch broad stroke, but I can also use that edge to get a little detail or by a edge board or something. And then I like this one for applying washes and large base coats. It's just a thick brush. It's a 4. Those are like my serious go-tos. I have other brushes that I use from time to time. Usually places that sell Warhammer paints, Citadel and stuff like that. They'll usually have these white brushes, Ghosts. I've gotten some decent brushes out of that. But really what I'll do is I'll just go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby, and when they're having a sale on brushes, I'll just try a new one, that looks like it, up my alley. Or order them on Amazon and just try them out. I don't buy super expensive brushes, but I don't buy dollar brushes either. I just kind of, those the Psychos, those are like 10 or 12 bucks a piece. And I've replaced them a couple of times because they're great for a while, and then they start to fray because they're not legitimate hair. When they're horse hair, that's a good brush. So my feed is jacked. I'm getting 3-month-old videos from losers. I'm seeing some weird patterns, and it's been a hot minute. Like, it's been happening, and now we're starting to get like reasoning as to why. And that's great, but knowing about it doesn't change the fact that it's happening, right? That's still the problem. There's the alien head on that. And then we put the ring on it. And the ring's not super secure. It doesn't snap down real tight, but I also don't want to glue that. So we'll put the regular helmet on it. That's pretty awesome. And then backpack. Let's say that's a pretty legit homage. I'll leave you with that for just a second. I'll be back momentarily. All right. Yeah. Funky Bull's a great description of my current feed. There you go. 610. What up, sir? Good evening. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Y'all smash that like button and subscribe. I would appreciate both of those things. And I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's a hell of a kit. Oh, I saw something about a restricted mode through your Google account that affects your YouTube account. I can't find this on phone. It might be on the PC settings. I don't know, but it's not cool. Yeah, if you go on YouTube, if you go to your page and then you go to the far right corner and click on your icon, just down there, it'll say Google account. And if you go to that, then you can access all of that stuff. It's all feel like it's designed to be a pain in the ass. Thanks, Jet, man. I appreciate it, buddy. Stu needs a little reinforcement from the community. He's not a hot toy guy. Stop browsing. just send Stu a little support because it sounds like he's in the trenches over there. Because if he's looking at Hot Toys, that's not going to end well. Charles, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. Zach says that's red, Mikey. I'm also definitely doing Deep Six with mine. Well, if you're going to do Deep Six, you might want a light gray kit. Okay, just hear me out. Okay, I can swap you out because this is going to make your life easier. Okay, light gray kit. All right, light gray kit. I mean, if you just want to clear coat this, this would look like a Deep Six. Furthermore, I talked to the designer because people have continued to say the Deep Six thing, and he's done something, and it's a Deep Six torso. So everything else is the same, but you can swap out the regular chest plate for this one, which is Deep Six with the lights and the armor on the center. And it gets rid of the shoulder pad, so you don't need the shoulder pad anymore. So this is this. I'll show you a side by side here, and we'll probably talk about it some on Sunday. If you have questions or anything like that, Dad and I will be on with our Couple of Kooks podcast Sunday morning. And if you have something you want to bring up or talk about, questions about this, you can do that. So here's your side by side. That's the Deep Six. This is the Spaceman. Spaceman has the ports for the shoulder pads. Deep Six does not. So I can swap you this, right? That way you don't have to fuck with painting a black kit because that's going to be a pain in the ass painting a light gray. And then you can talk to John about getting one of these. Sorry, it also has a different backpack. So it's a two tank head of one tank and comms. It's 2 tanks, and it's got a hose on top or bottom, depending on how you orientate it. Boom. So if you're serious about it, nope. Now I can have 2 kits. Well, there you go. Happy to help spend your money. Been using Milliput to repair broken crotches and thumbs on vintage Joes for years. Yeah, Milliput works great. It's messy. But it works great. The early stuff that I did sculpting, what can I show you? My Sergeant Slaughter I did. This is Milliput. I did the shirts, the collar, the cuffs on the sleeves. That was done Milliput. Even his jaw, because I flared out his jaw quite a bit. That was done with Milliput. If you've ever seen my 112 or my 118 scale Dragonski, also sculpted out of Milliput. It's great material, but like I said, it's messy. So just be conscientious of that. Yep. Thanks, James. Appreciate you, man. What was the De Niro and Cuba Gooding diving movie? I've never seen that movie. I didn't know Cuba Gooding Jr. and Robert De Niro did a movie. This is awesome. Now you can have 2 kids. That's right. Thanks, James. I appreciate it, man. I'm not a big Sarge guy, but I always loved the first appearance. And, that was the only one I wanted. Like, that makes sense. A few good men. Men of honor. I'm going with men of honor. Men of honor. Gotta love some old school Milliput. Yes, sir. I just love to look at those old diving suits. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah. So if you want to get one of these kits, message John. His link should be in the description. Message him about getting a light gray, and ask him about the Deep 6 conversion, which is this backpack with 2 tanks and a space for a hose, as well as the torso armor designed to look like Deep 6. Okay. So man, the system works really well. All right. So this is the reason he does not have the Destro neck. So I could also use this. Taking out the helmet. Just swap that out. I don't know if this still fits. It does. And boom. Zombie Space Viper. There you go, Jacob, my guy. Uh-oh. What do we have here? Oh, okay. Sorry. Unusually on there. So that's yeah, that's that. Put that over there. Put that back on it. Spaceman head. Now I will tell you, for this I just used a wash. I used this Athematic blue as a wash, and then I used Lothern blue for the hair and the hood. So, yeah, that's that. And that's that. Boom, dude. Man, I love the way those hoses look. It's so cool. So cool. All right, well, I didn't get to dirty them, so I guess I'll be doing that next week before I start a new project. So one more week of the Spaceman. Yeah. Gotta go. Have to write a few more chapters of Clearing the Air as the Kanan tell-all book. Zakanan's going over to 3POA to do some modding because he loves Ryan more than he loves me on Wednesdays. So I believe Ryan has the Jersey Maniac, and they're talking about the Marvel Legends that dropped this week. So that should be. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. I am glad you like it. Like I said, I'm gonna do a little weathering, but I'll do that. I'll do that next week because weathering's kind of a fun topic. So we can do that. A little dry brushing and whatnot. So I will save that for next week, and we'll just leave the Spaceman just like that. Just like that. Thanks, James. I appreciate you. So light gray. Trying to think what the technical name of that color of resin was. He told me, I just don't remember. Yeah. So, like I said, next week we'll finish that. I really thought I would just blow through that today, but we didn't, and that's okay. There's rifle, extra pouches, and Jacob, I'll just put that stuff in a baggie and send it to you. So we'll do that. That won't take much time at all, I don't think. So some of the other stuff we could do, like I said, kind of inspired by Tony's figs there. He was doing some really awesome versions of the Delta 17 in 1/12 with primarily classified stuff. So it's also something I've been wanting to do with Calls and Longbow. Kind of one of those things like maybe if I do it, they'll be like, man, that is cool. We should do that. I would like that. Would be pretty sweet. Probably not going to happen, but it would be cool. So I made a few. This would be Lancer. Like I said, they need paint. So this is Lancer. This is Boxcar. It's a heavy machine gunner. Obviously, I'll probably end up dyeing the arms. These are Leathernecks arms, so they're a little extra muscular as opposed to the Mud or Falcon. So I'll probably end up dyeing those. But that's Boxcar. Stalker with Leathernecks cover, I think looks really good. And then we do Outlaw, because I love Outlaw, in his GS9 gear. So that's Outlaw. Still working on getting him his proper gun. And I cannot believe that nobody has made a gas mask accessory. So if you guys know of one, let me know. Excuse me. Let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to use the Valaverse mask from the helmet and kind of retrofit it with some sort of strap. And then Mishnik. So this is the Russian torture artist. So he's got the big gnarly knife, and yeah. So that's the 4 I've built. Now I'll just work on painting them, and maybe if I show them off at assembly required, people will ask callsign Longbow if they're going to do it. Maybe pressure them, a little peer pressure. Thanks, Mom. I love you too. Pat says, Mikey, you're my favorite boo. I appreciate it, buddy. I appreciate it. I haven't seen him in here, but Scott, I've got Lincoln Osiris. He's ready to be sent to you. I just need to package him up. And I need to make sure that I have your address. Because if I don't, I will need that as well. Do they? Well, I might have to look into that. I wonder. Yeah, I'll look into that. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Gonzo. Appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, that's all I have today, man. That's a full show. Kept it on track here. Yeah, man. Appreciate all of you being here and watching. 33 of you. That's pretty good for me, man. I appreciate you very much. Charles, thank you, sir. Thank you. Say great job rolling solo, dude. See you around YouTube. Have a good night, my man. To the rest of you, I appreciate you watching. Appreciate your support. Can't thank you enough for being here, for the support, all that stuff. It means the world. Zach and I say it pretty regularly. Tony as well. We did this as a break from the mundane beatings of regular life. I know we all experience our trials. And YouTube was always meant to distract ourselves from it. Sometimes it works, sometimes not so much. But tonight was a nice break. Nice distraction from the cruelties of the world. But that being said, I appreciate you guys so much. Tomorrow night, on Jason's channel, on Zakanan's channel, we will have A.O. Frankie. We'll be discussing our top 5 toys of our childhood, which should be fun because we're pretty evenly spaced apart. So no telling what will come from that. And then Sunday, Dad and I will do a couple of kooks. And we're doing 5 things you can get from Amazon or, Temu or AliExpress that aid in the customizing and things like that. So, appreciate you guys being here. And till next time, you have a good one, all right?